Right, so I'm going to show you step by step how you can increase your Shopify sales by 300% by leveraging SEO and AI. It's going to be a long video, but trust me, it's going to be worth it. So first things first is I'm going to go over what these two things are because I think it's important that I give you context, and then I'm going to go over exactly the step by step. So SEO stands for search engine optimization. Now, if you have an e-commerce store, you know this, right? When someone searches for example, gardening supplies on Google, this is Google, right? They search for it, and a bunch of sites pop up, right, with images and all that, and you want to be ranking first, right? Your site ranks first for multiple of these keywords, right? Best gardening supplies for newbies, or best plants to buy, right? All these product related keywords, you want to be ranking here number one, so that all the traffic comes here, clicks your link, and goes to your site, Shopify store, and buys your product, right? That's what SEO stands for, search engine optimization. It is the process of taking a site that's down here and ranking it higher on Google. Now, SEO has three main components. I won't dive too deep into this right now, but there's on-page SEO. That is everything you do on the site. The speed, the content, how you write the content that's on the site, the way you write it, what you write, all that. Then there's off-page, which is backlinks. For example, let's say you have a link from Forbes.com linking to your site. That's a very powerful link. And the more links you have, the more powerful links you have, the higher your site will rank on Google. Now, it's not that linear always, but it tends to be that way, right? The site with more backlinks tends to rank higher. Now, of course, there's three pillars: on page, off page, and technical SEO. And you cannot just focus on one to rank, right? You got to focus on all three. Technical SEO is all about what's like the technical aspects of SEO, for example, like schema markup, meta tags, all that boring stuff. That's quite important actually in e-commerce SEO for Shopify stores, right? These are the three pillars of SEO, right? Now, with AI, you can automate one of them, which is the on-page part of it. Now, think about AI, right, as a tool, as a wrench, for example, you can leverage, right, to do things faster. For example, yes, you can tighten up a bolt with your hand, or you can use a wrench to do it faster, right? And you got to think about AI as for example, if we draw these staircases right here, right, where success up here is money, again, more clients to your Shopify store, you can go out and write the content manually for your blog, right? Write content about gardening supplies, for example, then source images to add to the content, videos, links, right? Because the posts need to interlink between each other, right? Do all these stuff manually, or you can leverage AI, right? A tool that takes you from zero or A to B quite fast, right? And I'll show you what this means in specific. So I'm using this software. You don't need to use it, but if I go here to my history, because I did generate a couple of articles in the past for the dog grooming niche. Now I'll generate a couple for you for the e-commerce niche. So if I just type this in here, golden, I'll show you what these articles look like. Now, yes, of course, you can do what's here all manually, right? You can source the featured images, you can write the content manually, there's a table of contents, proper content structure with in-article images, links, internal links, external links, bullets, tables, quotes. There's more in-article images there. There's even in-article videos that are relevant to what the content is about, right? Links to other sources, right? Links linking out to, for example, if this were to be an article about finance, right? Not dogs, this could link out to Forbes, for example. Another link could link out to TechCrunch, maybe to Bloomberg, right? These are all external links, but you can also have internal links. So links linking out to affiliate pages, maybe to your homepage, maybe to your contacts page. Again, all this, you can go up the ladder one by one and do all this manually, or you can just leverage AI because AI produces what you see here all in one go, right? And by the way, these images are AI generated and they look almost real, so it's pretty cool. So yeah, this works for any niche, but we'll get back to this in just a second here. So this is the theory behind it. Now, practice. How do we actually increase the sales? So let's say, for example, you have a Shopify store that sells, let's go with gardening supplies, right? This is your Shopify store or e-commerce store that sells gardening supplies, okay? And so this is your site. You have your banner here, right? You have a couple of products here, right, on your homepage. And then down here, let's say you have your blog post that you also syndicate and put here on your homepage, right? Your blog posts, again, if we click here, we can go to a dedicated blog page. So your Shopify store, let's say /blog, right? As such, /blog, okay? And this page has all your individual blog posts. And again, we can click each one of these and view them individually, but this page has essentially a gallery of all your blog posts and has a bunch of them. Now, again, if we expand on one of these posts, it should be engaging, right? It should have a featured image, a proper table of contents, table of contents, just like I showed you before, right? Proper article structuring with in-article images, in-article videos, bullets, tables, quotes, links. So these posts should be linking between each other, right? In a way that makes sense. External links, all that, essentially making it really reading worthy, right? Now, you might be thinking, why do we want to post blogs to our blog posts? Well, this is the way in which you attract traffic to your site, right? You want to rank number one here, right? And the way in which you can do it is, let's say again, if you have a site about gardening supplies, a Shopify store that sells gardening supplies, you might want to produce blog posts around that same niche, targeting keywords that your buyers would be searching for on Google, right? And if this post targets keywords and talks about gardening supplies for newbies, the best gardening supplies to acquire if you're just starting out gardening, what to look for in X, Y, and Z, right? These posts being optimized for those keywords, they will rank, right, in theory, for those keywords. And so when someone's searching for that same keyword, this post will pop up, people will click it, people will read it, they'll be introduced to your brand, and eventually they'll buy, right? Now, it's not that simple, there's a lot of nuance here, but that's the whole gist of it. Now, real quick here, if you don't know what keywords you should be targeting, right, you can draw what I call the BI matrix, which BI stands for buyer intent right here, which is in the y-axis, and in the x-axis we have traffic. And the higher the traffic, the higher the competition as well. Now, again, before I go here, let's say again, this is our Shopify store, right? We can produce content and blog posts around topics, for example. Let me give you an example, a different example, so this applies to multiple industries. Let's say my store, my business is a iPhone repair shop, right? And we have articles ranking on Google for how to repair an iPhone, right? How. We also have articles on Google ranking for where to repair an iPhone or how much does it cost to repair an iPhone, right? Now, the buying intent for these two keywords is much higher than for this one, because someone searching for where or how much does it cost to repair an iPhone is much more likely to buy than someone searching for how. Because someone searching for how, most likely we can assume that they want to do it themselves. Again, while someone searching for where or how much, most likely they want to pay someone to do it for them, right? So again, even though this keyword, let's say, has 10,000 searches a month, and these two only have 1,000, we want to target these ones, because again, these have high buyer intent. So out of these 10K people that's searching for how, maybe 1%, 2% will buy, right? And all these 1K, maybe 10, 20% will buy, right? Again, because the buyer intent here is much higher. And you need to apply this methodology to your own niche, right? Then moving on here, once you have a list of keywords, right, a list of keywords, which you can, by the way, grab here. If you could just go here and go to keyword monitors, here's the gardening site. Add your site, can be any niche, any language. Add it right here. Add your language, add your target country, and it'll give you a list of keywords, right, which you can target, right? If you don't have any ideas, go here and leverage this, because this has infinite keyword ideas with the monthly searches and difficulty as well. So once you have your list, right, go and start populating them here. Don't go for keywords here, right, because these have low buyer intent. This is low buyer intent, low traffic, and this is low buyer intent, high traffic. So not only are they hard to rank for, because the more traffic, the higher the competition, they also have low buyer intent. So you want to target keywords here and here. Both of these quadrants have high buying intent, and this one has high traffic, and this has low traffic. So ideally, go for here. Go always for buyer intent, right? Hopefully, I'm not going through this too fast. Now, if and when you have all this dialed in, so you know what SEO is, you know what off-page is, on-page is, technical SEO is, you know that you need blog posts to target certain keywords, right? You need these blog posts to target certain keywords so that these blog posts actually rank on Google for those certain keywords that people search for. Again, ideally keywords with high buyer intent that will drive, right? These posts will drive people to your site. You can have links in them to your products, right? Scattered throughout them. And these will drive sales to your business. Hopefully this makes sense, right? Again, leveraging written form content in blog posts, targeting high buying intent keywords to drive traffic to your business so people buy your products, right? Hopefully so far it makes sense. Now again, you can write them all using manually, or you can just leverage AI to do it for you. So if I go here to history, and I just open this one, this is an article entirely made with AI, from the featured image right here to the proper content structure, again, with the table of contents, in article images. In this case, I chose them to be not realistic, but I chose them to be paint-like, because again, it depends on your niche, but you can choose to have the AI images be realistic if you want, right? There's links to my products or links to other sources, internal links, external links. There's videos that are relevant, right, to what the content is about. In this case, it's in English. And all of this is done with AI, and I can just click here and post it straight to my integration. I can just go over them one by one. So all the articles one by one, I can post them one by one to my integration, to my Shopify store, or I can just click here to publish all, and all these 6 will be pushed to my Shopify store. Here it says integration because your integration is going to be anything you'd like. It could be WordPress, Shopify, of course, Ghost, Wix, Webflow, Blogger, or Zapier, or an external API if you want. Now, this is the start of how you actually increase your sales by 300%. So this is how you generate the articles and then post them to your site manually. Again, to generate them, just go here, generate articles. You fill all this in, right? This is the input you give to the AI. And then once you click generate, it outputs those types of articles you just saw. Now you don't have to fill this every single time. You can create presets, so you can fill all this in one for your niche, for your site, for your Shopify store, and then save it as a preset so that in the future you can go back here and produce more and more content, right? So here again, we can start from down here. How many articles do you want? Let's do 300. Do you want videos in your article? Yes. Do you want images, right? What type of images do you want? You can choose basic images or AI-based images. If you do choose AI-based images as such here, you can add your prompts here, making them look illustrative, realistic, right? You can play around with this. I won't dive too deep into this because there's a bunch of videos on the channel on how to do it. Set up external linking, set up internal linking, set up a structure, right? If you want to add a call to action to your product at the bottom, if you do put here your Shopify store URL or product URL, we'll add a custom section at the bottom of the article, trying to sell people to buy your product, right? You can enable and disable all these sections, select the article length. You can automate the headings or you can write them yourself if you like. One pretty cool feature here is that if you just write this one here and if you leave them all blank, the AI will fill them. But if you just write this one, the AI will fill all these ones based on what you wrote here, right? Which is super cool. If you fill this one here, the AI will write these ones based on what you wrote here. So again, nothing here is random. Formatting, you can enable and disable all this. Knowledge, you can even connect this to the web so that the content is up to date. One pretty cool feature here is the knowledge base. If you create a knowledge base, you are able to produce brand tailored content. So content that's tailored to your brand, right? It learns about your Shopify store, learns about your e-commerce store, learns about and writes content using your brand's mannerisms, your brand's tone of voice, your brand's images. It is pretty cool. A short diagram right here. If I go to knowledge base right here, which is how you do it. A brand, right? A brand is just a conglomerate of assets, right? An asset can be your website, right? It can be your LinkedIn page, can be any text or audio documents, right? All of these can even be your YouTube channel. All of these are brand assets. And what you're doing once you create a knowledge base is you're uploading all these brand assets to Journalist AI. And so now Journalist AI has the context of your brand. It knows how your brand speaks, how it talks, its mannerisms, the voice, tone of voice, the images. So it's able to produce brand tailored content, which is pretty cool because you don't want to be producing generic AI content, right? You're not really producing brand tailored content, which is what this does. Again, content, you can write content in over 150 different languages, and this will tie in with the revenue increase here. Well, I'll go over that in just a second here. Different targeted countries, you can change the creativity levels, change the tone of voice, change the point of view, and a bunch more stuff. I won't dive too deep into this. And then generation mode, you can generate content based off of titles, based off of keywords, based off of a description, or based off of a keyword monitor, which is what we showed you before. If you were here to keyword monitors, add your site, add your language, add your country. Again, you can have the articles be written based off of these keywords. Now, this is all manually. If you want to automate the process, just go here to Autoblogs, new Autoblog. You can set it up so the AI connects to your Shopify store, right? And every day it publishes all these blog posts to your site, right? You can do, most people just do 5 every day, so Monday through Friday, but you can play around with this and do it much more. Now, this is where the fun begins, right? Because listen, if you have a Shopify store and you sell all throughout Europe, right? You have your Shopify here, right? As such, Shopify store here, and you sell all throughout Europe. Your goal here is to have multiple, let me just do here, multiple auto blogs, right? One for each target country. Let's say, for example, one auto blog in Portuguese, publishing content in Portuguese for your niche. One in Spanish, one in Italian, right? IT, one in German, right? So all of these, and again, there's multiple countries in Europe, people don't just speak English. And the reality is that it's much easier to rank for non-English speaking keywords. And you can rank all these blogs and you can have them on autopilot, right? You can go here and you can create as many auto blogs as you want. You can have one for Portugal, for Spain, for France, for Germany, right? All these countries, and every single one of these blogs, right? Every single one of these is producing content with multiple blog posts targeting multiple keywords in these countries' local languages. And all these blog posts, the individual blog posts are driving traffic to your main Shopify store, right? Again, you can have as many as you want, right? And the content just looks like the content I showed you before, right? Content that's brand tailored with images, videos, links, actually valuable content. And that's how you make money, right? That's how you print. You have all of these assets, because these are brand assets, essentially, all these assets targeting these non-English speaking markets, which by the way are much easier to rank for because oftentimes there's a lot of demand and not enough supply of content. And by the way, speaking of that, we even have a case study here This is not an e-commerce store, but it is a fintech company. They're really, really big. They're a multi-7-figure company. They just bought a bank for 35 million. So they're really big. And if you watch my last video, I talk about how they bought the bank and all the strategy. What they did was exactly that, right? They wanted to penetrate the Portuguese market. So they started an automatic blog and started producing content in Portuguese. And these were the results, right? I mean, numbers are very high, but the results were skyrocketed so fast, right? Look at all the keywords that are ranking for, right? This was all done with AI targeting international markets with the help, of course, of journalist AI that's able to produce content for you. Again, you can just take this, you can connect it, right, with your site. It does the keyword research for you. So it finds what keywords you should be targeting. Then it takes those keywords and generates content based off of them. Then it publishes the content to your site automatically, right? And then it also indexes it on Google. You could just set up an indexer right here. Just scroll down here to indexers. You can set up an indexer so that the content is automatically indexed in Google. And then once the blog posts are all published to your site, right, you can have it so it automatically syndicates them to your social media platforms, to LinkedIn, to Twitter, which is now called X, to Facebook, right, by going here to social media. So it does all of this automatically on autopilot. You can have keyword research, generation, publishing, indexing, social syndication for every single one of these blog posts for multiple language. So for a blog in Portuguese, one in German, one in Italian. So all these multiple assets, essentially you're building a pyramid. All of these syndicate, every single one of these individual blog posts in Portuguese are syndicated, automatically published. So all this done for you. That's how you make money, right? You don't just focus on targeting the English markets because, for example, if you sell throughout Europe, if you sell worldwide, there's a bunch of your customers where their first language is in English, right? So why not target their local language? Why not compete with the local businesses there and just get the traffic? Because it's much easier to rank. I can assure you, much easier to rank for these non-English speaking terms. And again, these guys are doing it. I've done it all my life. I started my SEO agency here in Portugal, and it was 10 times easier to rank sites here in Portugal, than ranking sites for Australian clients, Canadian clients, essentially English clients, because there's much more competition. So yeah, that's it. That's the video. Give a go at this. It integrates with the Shopify on autopilot. Shopify store on autopilot. You can have a go at 3 free articles for free. If you have any questions, comment down below. Open a support ticket. I'm here to help. I know this works. People are doing it, and there's no reason why you shouldn't do it as well. So yeah, that's it. Thank you so much for watching. I'll leave a link for this down below in the description. Have a go at it, and I'll catch you on the next one. Cheers.